My name's Adriana. My husband Raúl is behind the camera, and we're missionaries living and serving in Nicaragua with Resonate Global Mission. Normally, we would love to get together with you one-on-one, in small groups, or at your churches to talk about ministry and life in Central America. But because of COVID and travel restrictions, that's not possible right now. So we thought we'd make these small videos about different topics to chat with you about what's going on. So welcome to our home. Come to the table, have some fellowship, and this is Table Talk.
So some people have been asking me about how I celebrate Easter. So I haven't ever celebrated Easter, really. Just regular church services for the last years. So this week, for me, it's vacation all week, and some people go to the beach. But this year, we're gonna go to our church because we're gonna have a sunrise service with breakfast afterwards, and we will have some devotional time, and maybe Adriana and I we are going to swim in our kiddie pool and eat some special food.
Growing up at our house, Easter was a special day, and we often had church services on Good Friday and Easter Sunday, and we would sing the traditional hymns like Up from the Grave He Arose, and I remember that there would often be a brass band at church, and it was a day that I really loved on Easter Sunday. We didn't necessarily have traditions as a family besides a special meal. Sometimes family would get together at our house and we would usually have an Easter egg hunt with plastic eggs. I remember that it was a special season in the church and in our family. When I came to Nicaragua, that was a lot different. When I moved to Leon, it's a very Catholic city, and there was a lot of traditions around Easter. There were processions all throughout Lent, carrying different saints through the streets. And I remember on Good Friday and the Holy Week, they would make sawdust carpets in the streets, and then the processions at night would trample them. And it was a symbolic offering of what we offer to the Lord as our best, and yet it's still not anything compared to what He's done for us. In terms of the evangelical or Protestant church here in Nicaragua, there's very little traditions that they follow. I think maybe because they're trying not to be Catholic, but it means that I really missed Easter celebrations and traditions in the church here. We didn't have special liturgy or services in most of the churches that I attended. That's why this year it's exciting that we're going to have a sunrise service at our church where we attend now, and we're really looking forward to it. As we go through Holy Week this year, I've been aware of Jesus' suffering in different ways. I think especially after the past year of loss and suffering for so many of us and people that I know, I think about what Jesus gave up when He came to earth and the humility that took, and how He teaches me so much about humility, and that goes against my nature. And yet He suffered to be obedient. And I know that when I'm suffering, that's nothing compared to what Jesus suffered, and yet at the same time, it gives me hope because I know that I'm not alone, that He understands what is happening and how it feels, and that His resurrection and victory over the grave gives me hope. Perhaps we're in a waiting time like the disciples on Saturday, when all of their hopes came crashing down around them and they thought that they were wrong about Jesus being the Messiah. But we know that Sunday is coming. We know that the resurrection is coming. We know that Jesus is the resurrection and the life, and He has come to give us life abundant. And that's why Easter is so worth celebrating.
This is a week where we can remember when Jesus came to earth and pay for our sins. No matter that sometimes we are not as obedient as we should be. When I think about the death of Jesus, it impacts me a lot because I can remember that Jesus decided to die for me and for you. And when I think that Jesus knew that he would die, he left everything in God's hands, trusting in his Father. And sometimes that is the part that, as Christians, is difficult to accept that God is in control. God is in control of our life. And we know that we have to trust in God. And we have to trust that God will be with us forever. So maybe sometimes I'm going to feel that God is not around me. And maybe I'm going to feel that God is not with me. I'm going to feel that God is far away. But we know that that is not true. Because if we are praying, God is going to be there. And if we are not praying, God is going to be there too. So we have to learn how to trust in God every day. So I hope that you are having, or I hope that you had a good day for Easter. So God bless you.